This is Jeff Al Gilbert's doing a live call tonight from my home. I had a very interesting call. Hey, Susan. I had an interesting Zoom training that I did. I don't know if any of you caught that. I posted it on my page. And I think George also, I think he shared that training we just finished. And it was an incredible training because, oh, Rosia, you saw it? Great. So, because we had some seven-figure earners, and one lady, oh my gosh, I was so glad to meet that one woman from, and she was in Shackley, 50 freaking years, a half century, it sounded like. Unbelievable. Anyway, just some great leaders. And Richard Brooks, who emceed that meeting, just, he just knocked it out of the park. I tell you this profession, this industry needs more people like Richard Brooks. But anyway, but I wanted to share, because today when I woke up, actually, I woke up with some good news. You just broke rank. Now, keep in mind, I haven't broken rank. First of all, there were no ranks to break up until May. And the reason why I'm sharing, because some of you are in different companies, and I think it, doesn't matter. But like with our company, we had a needed change that was made in our compensation plan, but the needed areas was not at the top rank. It was more in the middle of the plan, and so there were better steps that would lead you from one rank to the next, and they weren't huge steps. That's the important thing. Excuse me. They weren't huge steps, and whereas before they were. But what I was surprised to see, it's this summer thing, I guess, I don't know, allergies. But what I was surprised to see was at the top rank, where I've been for many years, they created a rank beyond that. I'm like, really? Really? So in our company, Platinum, International Diamond, or Platinum, was always the top rank. And just, there's only a few that are there every month. Just a few. Just a few. Hey, Juan Vargas, ¿cómo está? Good to see you. So just a few that's there every month, right? But I was very surprised when they created a rank beyond that rank. So the thing is, to put things in perspective, my organization, it does a lot of volume, and most compensation plans in network marketing, the reality is most of your business is going to come from one or two legs. Mark Yarnell, who was one of the early founders of network marketing, who was with Nu Skin, he wrote that in his book, Your First Year in Network Marketing. He said that most of your volume will come from one or two legs. And he's very right on. That's very true. That if you work hard in this business, if you develop a very successful team, most of your, some people get so surprised at that, it's like, why is all my business in one leg? Or why is it in two legs? And, things like that. And so it's really true. And then the third leg is generally more of an odd leg. It's the smallest leg of your whole entire structure. If you have three legs across, they're strong. You can have other legs too. I mean, you can have 50 legs, 100 legs, as many as you want, right? That you sponsor. But again, those are mostly going to be customers and, sometime people, every now and then people that purchase your products, and every now and then they sponsor someone. And if you're in a binary, I don't care. Binary is two. So, but the reality, even with binaries, is people will drop down, take another spot, take another position, and what do? Build more legs. So, so the deception of some people who present binaries, oh, you only got a two are lying to you. They lie. So, I'm very familiar with compensation plans. I worked binaries long before I joined my last company 21 years ago. So the thing is, I've worked both, and I've been good at both. But you know, I always preferred unilevel generational plans because they were more honest in the payout, honest in the sense that the volume you did that month is what you got paid on, and so that's why I prefer them. But when we go back to compensation plans, though, and going back to, so then my company created a new rank, and I'm like, wow, a new rank, and just getting to platinum is not easy. Let me give you an example. So platinum has been the top position in our company for many years. You have to have 1 million points. Points are the assigned value, given to a product. Some products cost more to make than others. It's so, a point is, it's a little more than $1. Okay. But anyway, so you have to have 1 million points. Okay. 1 million points. And then you have to have 3 legs that do a minimum of 250,000 points. So that's a minimum in each leg, 250,000 with a total organization volume of 1 million. And then if you do that every month, then you'll be paid as a platinum, and they take 1% of the worldwide volume and then they divide it between the platinums. So like I said, there's only just a few in there in that pool every month. But then they created this extra, rank that we in May, just a little more than a month ago, it was launched, and it was like Platinum Elite. Well, in May, we didn't have any Platinum Elites. There were none. So I didn't make it, and my fellow Platinums did not make it. So, the company, one thing that they did do is in May, June, and July, they had a special promotion and incentives for people to break rank. And if you break rank, then they had rewards, right? So it's a great thing. So, but in May, there were like I said, no Platinum Elites. So obviously it's not that easy. So typically, like I said, so you have a structure of 3 teams. And if those 3 teams have 250,000 each, and they're what we call golds, then you are a qualified platinum. Well, now they stepped it up one more down, one more. In other words, you got to duplicate those 3 one more time, but it's going to be with, in this case, what we call silver positions, where you have to have 20,000 per leg. You're basically talking about 9 legs across, because you're talking about 3 silvers that are under, gold internationals, who also become elites when they have developed that kind of structure. So again, it's not that easy to do. As a matter of fact, it's tricky. And so and I say tricky in the sense that you have to have structure in your organization. You have to have leadership in your organization. Some structures is only going to go down, 5, 6 levels maybe. If some structures can go down 10, 15 levels. But when we're talking about something like this, we're talking about something very deep. And then what does that mean? That means you got leadership. That means leaders who find leaders who find leaders, and these people sponsor one another. And in other words, they're, the old saying, birds of a feather flock together, so leaders know leaders, right? So you develop those arteries, if you will, or in a leg system. And in this case, we're talking about 3 teams, but just going deeper. That's it. So back to me. So the one thing you have to look at, for any of you, is when you want to achieve any rank, you have to ask yourself, first of all, do you have the leadership? Is the structure there? Is the structure there? Every compensation plan, if you want to hit a new rank and get greater rewards, you have to have the leadership and the structure there first. And so that's the first thing you do. And how do you discover that? You have to do that through reports. You got to get your reports, and you got to start looking at what you got down there. Most people won't do that, but that's what you have to do. And then after that, After that, once you see that you have the structure, you just don't have the volume qualifications, that's the next step. The next step is achieving those volume qualifications. And so that's what I did. And so here's basically how we did that. So in May, since the company had a special promo, May, June, July, right? For, if you break rank, you get some incentive for that. What I did was I looked down, I talked to each three leaders, or not three leaders. In this case, I was mostly focused on two teams because I have one leg that's very big. And then so the other two team leaders, I talked to them and I said, okay, what do you want to do? You want to do it in May? And since one of my biggest drivers in Southeast Asia is a woman who's a Muslim, she said, no, because Ramadan, it'll end in the middle of May. That won't be good for us. So then we only have 2 weeks, and that's not enough time. And I said, I agree. And so she said, June's the go month. I said, okay, June's the go month. Okay. So I talked to the other team leader because everybody has to agree. You agree with this? And she said, okay, we'll do it in June. So then we talked about it now that's step one, is getting your top drivers who are going to help you rank up. They have to rank up, okay, too, or they have to rank at a rank that you need in order to move to your rank position that you're desiring, right? So then I get them on a Zoom call. I said, okay, then I need the people that are key to your structure, qualifying you, that are key to your structure. We need to get them on a Zoom call. And now we're doing this in May, right? Toward the end of May. So we got to get a consensus here and then talk to those leaders and say, okay, this is what we want to do. Do any of you want to rank up? Do you want to achieve a new rank and take advantage of these incentives? Yes, hands are going up. Well, here's the thing, friends, you need to understand. It's once people say that this is what they want, this is what they want to do, half the battle's already won at that point. I can tell you that right there. Because they have to want it. Remember this. If the want-tos are there, the how-tos don't matter. If the want-tos are there, the how-tos don't matter. Because they're going to make it happen. I give you one example. There was one lady that she drove this point home to me again. And she's in India. Now, she's in Northeast India. Now, if you've never been there, you've just never been there. I've been there once. I stayed there for a week, and I'll never forget it, because I was told to hurry up and get in the hotel because at 7 o'clock they cut off the electricity. Okay? These people are very different. They're Chinese looking, so they don't look like Indians, okay? Matter of fact, that part of India was never part of India at one time. So India just sort of talked them into it, and so anyway, they're interesting people. And these are not techie people. These are not people that like technology or engage with it a lot. I mean, getting them to engage with Facebook Messenger is a big deal, okay? But they do that, okay? Finally got them to download the Zoom apps, by the way. The Zoom app. We had to talk them into, will you please get on Zoom? Okay, well, I've never done that before. I know you've never done that before. So we would like you to try it if you could. So download the Zoom app, right? Okay, and then they get on Zoom, right? That was a big achievement, right? But anyway, so this is Sunday. So I talked to one of these leaders. She does not speak English. She speaks Naga, because that area is called Nagaland. And you go up there, it's up in the mountains. I mean, you got the Himalayas north to it. I mean, it's, I went up there I like to froze to death, man. And India's hot. When you get there, the climate's different. And anyway, so the daughter is translating because she knows English. So here's the thing. So I'm talking about people once they make up their mind to do something, half the battle is won. She calls me. Now, this lady, we expect her to qualify at what we call the bronze position. And so in doing so, the lady above her actually is going to break rank because she's got two other legs just like her. And that's a major position. It's a major position. And so she calls me on Sunday and with her daughter translating, saying, I'm not going for the bronze position, I'm going for the silver position. And I said, what? We didn't discuss this. If you were going to do that, we needed to talk about it June 1st. You only have 4 days left. Maybe you don't understand the compensation plan. And she said, no, I understand the compensation plan, and that's what I want to do. And the daughter said to me, sir, you have to understand my mother, once she makes up her mind to do something, she does it. I said, okay, 4 days left. Okay. I don't want to discourage you. I like to cheer people on. Inside, I'm thinking, have you lost your freaking mind? She did it. When I woke up this morning, she was done. But here's the thing. Anyway, people are amazing. Going back to what I said, once you analyze your team and you understand how you're structured, then it's a matter of getting them together and saying, do you want this? And once they say they want this, half the battle is won. The rest is simply grit, hard work, and logistics. What do I mean by logistics? It means going over reports all the time. There's a saying, numbers don't lie. So you've got to look at your numbers. Always look at, you don't know your numbers, you're not going to make it. And so that was the thing. So then I said, okay. I told the leaders, I said, so all of you agree with this, right? All the leaders agree with it. I said, okay, I want you to understand, when we talk, there's certain words I never want to hear come out of your mouth. I don't want to hear, I hope. I don't want to hear, we'll try. Those are expressions that are weak. Watch the movie Karate Kid. When Miyagi told that to the boy said he tried. He said, there is no try. There's only do. There's just do. That's it. So I told the leaders, those kind of words I never want to hear out of your mouth. So if we agree to do this, we agree to do this. And the only thing that I accept is death in the immediate body. That's the only thing I accept. Death in the immediate body. If you die, I forgive you. No, that's harsh, huh? But I'm telling you, when we go into, to a push, and we're going to really go into it all in, we're not looking for an excuse to fail. Matter of fact, we can't fail. That's it. It's sort of like Cortez when he left Spain. When was that? In the year 1500 something? And he went to Mexico to conquer the Aztec Empire with 300 men. And you're going to conquer an empire made of millions? No one's ever done that anyway. Even if you had tens of thousands or 500,000 troops, no one's ever conquered the Aztec Empire. How arrogant can you be to think that you bring 300 men and you're going to conquer the Aztec Empire? Again, this gets back to desire. Gets back to how bad you want it. And he unloaded his ships. And when the sun was going down, they looked out. All his soldiers looked out, standing on the beach, and all those ships were going up in flames. He ordered his boats to be burned. And he told the guys, he says, it's like this. If we go back, we're going back in their ships. We either conquer or we die. You see, he had to get them committed. And that was the one thing I wanted to make sure. So in other words, in the month of May, I'm talking to the leaders on Zoom calls, and I want an absolute commitment. Is this really what you want to do? You really want to break rank? You really want to go for it? And he said, yes. Okay, half the battle's won. Yeah, we're burning our ships. That's what we're doing. And then that was it. And once we got enough leaders, and then I go to another group on Zoom, a different leg, a different group. Okay, do you want this? Yes. Okay, there's certain words I don't want to hear out of your mouth. Go through that discussion. No excuses. The only excuse is death in the immediate body. Okay? If you die, I forgive you. I'll miss you too, and I love you. Okay? Don't die. Don't die on me. Okay? But I want you to understand that's it. So don't, and that was it. And when they all understood. So then after that, where do you go? Once you have an agreement and people are ready, they say, hey, we're in this deal. We're in this. Okay? Where do you go from there? Well, where you go from there is, thank you. Lucy, is that Lucy? Anyway, where you go from there is I told my leaders, I said, I want you to lose your mind for 30 days. Lose your minds for 30 days. I mean, this is it, man. I want you to, first of all, go over your enroller reports, people that you've enrolled before, who hasn't ordered in a long time. I want you to go after these people, and I want you to get them to order. That's the first thing. Then we want to go into, I'll go into what we call a rank report. And we look down into the line and we work with those leaders. We say, okay, who do you got? Who's got potential? Who's some people that just maybe they had potential, maybe they got distracted, they went through something, who knows what. It's just called life, right? And let's see if they're ready to run again. And let's get them on a call. So then we have different Zoom calls. One Zoom call can be for what we call a presentation call, right? In other words, we're going to show the product and the opportunity behind it, right? That's a presentation. So they would bring new people for that. So we would do those Zooms regularly, daily. Massive action gets massive results. We understand that. So you do things consistently, and so we have those Zooms. Then we have other Zooms where we get the team on, and we that's it. We do motivation. So we talk about things and just motivate the team. So we have those calls as well, those Zoom calls, and we talk about what's going on too with some of the leaders that are achieving already success in what they're doing. And then a third Zoom call would have to be going over rank reports, going over reports. Okay, let's see where you are now. Let's, I would bring up one team leader who's got team leaders under him, and we're going to look at his group or her group, and we're going to go over that, and we're going to say, okay, so where you're weak is right here. So this is what you need to do. You need to work with that left or that leg. Sometimes we got it, that we got a graph where it's, drawn out. So, okay, you got to work with so-and-so. And so they're weak on one of their legs right there. We'll talk about that person. Okay, what's that person going to do? Is that person committed? Okay, why is that person not on this call right now? Can you call her on the phone right now? Get her on the call. We need her on the Zoom right now and see what's going on. Call them. Person jumps on the Zoom. Okay, yeah, sure. This is what we're gonna. Okay, are you gonna do this, or what's going on? What's going on? Oh, yes, sir. Yeah, we're gonna do this. We're gonna do this. I've got some people that I'm bringing in. They always update me. I'm gonna tell you something. Those calls we did from early morning till early afternoon, and then in the evening till the morning the next day. I did that every day for the month of June. Every day for the month of June. That's called getting dirty. That's called getting in the grit. That's where the rubber meets the road, right? See, I'm not going to give commands out to the leaders. Do this, do this, do this. You know, I am the great and powerful Oz, right? Like in the movie Wizard of Oz, you know. No, no, no. So the thing is, so those are the things we do, but we constantly do it every day. So, and yeah, after 30 days, you're quite burned out. So I'm quite burned out, but it's a good burned out, because when I woke up this morning, I saw that, you know, I was finished. I didn't even need another day. It was done. It was already done. And it was a great month. It was a great month in June. But I can tell you that, and that's the first time I ever broke rank, because there was no other rank to break. But I was the first one to do it in my company. So, you know, there may be some, you know, there might be one more that's going to follow. It'd be great if there were two more. We'll see. Sometimes things happen. So, but I was very excited this morning to wake up and see that we did it. But I want you to understand that it, you know, even talking to the president and CEO of our company, he said, you know, you guys, you really did it right, and you did it organic. So he said, man, we were watching your numbers through the whole month, how you know, but we're talking about, we're going way beyond what I used to qualify as. So what I used to qualify as wasn't easy. So this was much more, you know, challenging. That's okay. But again, everything was planned. Everything was thought out about who's working with who. And then again, the quality of the Zoom calls. And I'll have to say, India, the country of India, I was very, very pleased how they shot up with, I mean, a lot of growth. That was the other thing I was really pleased, because when I looked at and reviewed the numbers about, you know, how many new distributors, we'll use that word distributor, okay? But we can use affiliates, we can use partners, whatever you want to call, but new members who joined, it was a lot. There was a lot of new people. I mean, I talked to one team leader who had 150 new affiliates this month. That was really cool. Just that one leader and his team, 150 affiliates. So that's always healthy growth. If you have volume but you don't have people, that's not healthy. That's not healthy. When you have volume and you have people, new people that is, that's very healthy. And it's great when you have retention and people are reordering. And so, but I think the amazing thing of it all was the willingness and the joy that it gave a lot of people just to work together. You know, the one thing I learned through this process is that the quality of your organization will be the quality of your communication. I can't overstress that enough. Matter of fact, I spoke with some of the corporate people in our company in India, and they said, let me tell you something. The Zoom calls that you guys are doing into India is changing this team. That's the reason why they're so motivated. They're so glad to connect with you guys. And so, so that's I really agree with that. And also, and that would be true in the other countries that we worked in, our Zoom calls, that we just poured in those Zoom calls, poured in the training, poured in the motivation, doing the presentations, helping them out, supporting them, creating excitement. And people start doing things that they never thought was possible before. They'll start acting in a way that they never acted before because they believe it. They believe in the possibility of what they can be. Once they buy into that, you can get anything done. Anything. So that was the amazing thing. So going back is, number one, you know, if you really want to achieve greatness and breaking rank, number one, it's all about, first of all, getting people on board, and then you have to see, is this what you want? And if they say, yes, we really want this, then half the battle's already won, because belief is powerful. Cortez proved that. when he conquered the Aztec Empire with 300 men. So belief is powerful. And then when you start supporting people, then everything happens organically. It's like what John F. Kennedy said. John F. Kennedy made a statement one time. He said, when the tide comes in, all ships rise. When the tide comes in, all ships rise. So when you start pouring in that support, that's when everything starts coming up. And so again, and then doing the support, the Zoom calls now especially, where you do presentation meetings, you can have your PowerPoint ready to do presentations and then have people in your presentations, new people, and then just create that excitement, and then also have your own meetings just for people in your team where you're motivating them. You have something planned that you want to share them. You also want to recognize people that are already doing great things, right now in your team. So they're showing by their action, not by their words, but by their actions. They are going to do it. They are going to do it. And then on top of that, then having your additional meetings where you're going over with those key leaders and their teams reports to see where they're at. Where are you right now? So we're in the middle of the month. Where are we? Are we halfway there where we should be? Or are we lacking? Some people are going to be halfway there. Some are going to be off a little or more. And then it's a matter of saying, okay, so you got to, so you need to be at the halfway point right now. And so anyway, going over those reports is very, very helpful to them. And so, yeah, so that's the thing I just wanted to share with you, that going for breaking rank means increased income. Increased income means better quality of life. Better quality of life, yeah, you know. Buy a new car, you can go on a vacation somewhere, you can do something fun with the kids, or whatever it is you want to do. Breaking rank means just that. Increased income, which means better quality of life. So why break rank? That's why. That's why. The other thing is too, it's good to push yourself and stretch. Because you'll do things that maybe you just haven't stretched in a while. We all find our comfort zones, right? We all find our comfort zones, and that's the thing when you get into our, I guess in a career in network marketing, you're at a rank position and you're solid in that rank position. That's great, but are you growing? And so I guess the company, in our case, the company wanted to sort of disrupt that a little bit. But they did it in a very nice way. They didn't do it in a way to hurt us. They did it in a way to create more reward. More reward if we did stretch. And then here's the other thing I want to say too, that there we go. When you break rank, it takes time for that rank to mature. Don't expect for it to happen overnight. It takes time for legs to get solid. So that's just the reality of network marketing. But the key thing is, again, the quality of your organization will be the quality of your communication. And if you're pouring that on, and that communication on, and you're showing up, and also show up in your social media, I'm not talking about posting about your products or your company. I'm just talking about giving value to people. And so, or just what you guys are doing that day. What are you doing that day? What's happening with the family? People, your leaders are going to get curious about you. So they like to know what's going on. And if you start doing these calls and they can connect with you, that's going to create stronger relationships. Here's the thing. And we talked about this on a training that we just did a little bit ago that I posted about on my page with Richard Brooks, and I was on with a top earner in Young Living Essential Oils, a lady that had been with Shaklee almost a half century, amazing woman, some other Tom Chenault, the #1 income earner in Youngevity. He's a friend of mine. We talked about that because we all go back to authentic leadership in network marketing, be an authentic leader. Authentic means we do things in an honest way. We don't misrepresent what we do or how you do it or what people are going to go through if they join you. We don't misrepresent that. In other words, a lot of people want to just blow sunshine. They want to talk about the Ferraris and the bikinis and the margaritas on the beach, okay? They want to sell the sunshine. Oh, you're going to love this. Oh, you're going to achieve all your dreams. I'm so glad you made that decision to join with me. But they never prepared them for adversity. They never prepared them for the disappointments that they're going to go through, and they will go through it. So if we don't do that, are we being authentic? No. We're being deceptive. We're selling hope without a plan. Hope without a plan is a scam. Hope without a plan is a scam. So that's the thing. We need to be a person that nothing wrong with hope, but it's got to have a plan. And part of that plan is I need to prepare you for adversity. You're going to go through disappointments. They're going to be people that you are sure they're going to join you. They're going to be your star, your key driver. And then they say, what? No, I would never get involved in one of those. Things like that happen. Okay? They happen. So you got to prepare them for disappointments and just let them. And here's the thing. Talk about your struggles that you had. That's very important. Because then they'll remember your stories. Just like people remember when I was broke. I had no money. I had to sell a junk truck to get started. And, then the bank repossessed my truck. And then, the utilities department turned my utilities off. I had no money. I just, so I talk about my struggles. So then when people go through adversity or struggles and they say, yeah, I remember Jeff said, it wasn't going to be easy, but it was going to be worth it. Yeah, he went through struggles. Oh man, it was crazy. But man, he endured it and it was worth it. And I've seen others in that company and they went through the same thing. So I'm going to endure these struggles. So again, being an authentic leader means we present it honestly. And that's the thing that we have to do. Always be honest. And so it's not like we see some of these people that get on Facebook and they got to bare their body to get people to look at them. They got to tattoo their body completely up or color their hair 4 different ways just to get attention and be crazy, just to get people to join with them in their business. And then people will look at that and say, that's funny, that's interesting, but that's not me. That's just not me. Again, so that goes to, being authentic. And can a person be themselves and still succeed in network marketing? How do we present it? And if we present it in a way in our Facebook or Instagram in ways that are not relatable to the common person, then they just don't feel like they can fit in. They're going to stay away. They're going to say, well, yeah, thanks for sharing that with me, but I don't think so. Not now, Yeah. So that's the thing. We're going to see that, the more we do it right, the better great results we're going to have. And the way they've been doing it now for years is copy, paste, spam, copy, paste, spam. Hey, if you can do that 500 times a day, copy, paste, spam, you'll be very wealthy. You'll go to the top of our plan. If you just copy, paste, spam 500 people a day for the next 2 years, you're going to be fine. Really? Who's that working for? See, again, And so the focus is more on social media skills than on people skills. But authentic networker, leader, is more focused on people skills, not social media skills. It's okay to have some basic knowledge about Facebook and Instagram. That's fine. But people got it down to just social media skills. So their ability to communicate, their ability to stay present in a conversation, their ability to listen, it's not there. And it's like young children. I talk to my youngest son about this stuff too. He's like, I tell him something and I look at his eyes and I'm saying, Arthur, what did I just say? Okay. Or I show him how to do a simple task outside. I'm teaching him how to work. I say, okay, do that. I don't know how to do that. I just showed you how to do that. So I'm going to show you one more time. Now the lesson gets hard. It gets harder if you don't pay attention. If you pay attention, it gets easier because you can do it. Any of you parents go through this? And so I work with him on that. But I'll tell you, what we see with a lot of people in network marketing today is just like that. If they're focused on social media skills, when it comes to people skills, they are totally not there. They're not there. And I'm telling you, if you want to build anything that's going to last, we got to learn to love people, listen to people, talk to people, communicate with people, take an interest in people, things like that. That creates relationships. And that's the reason why after 21 and a half years now, I still have a team. Because we have relationships. That's right. And when you develop those relationships strong enough, then you can do these very things I'm talking about. Say, hey, do you want to go for it? Do you want to break rank? I'll go with you all the way. I will. I'll do it with you. Okay? Let's run. Gonna run? We're gonna run for 30 days, lose our mind for 30 days. We'll be glad we did, okay? And we'll have a lot of fun. And then afterwards, then it's just a matter of, when it's all done, then have a celebration event. And that's what we're going to do Friday morning, because it'll be evening in Asia. So it'll accommodate people in the US and Asia. It works out fine. And then just a celebration event on Zoom where we celebrate and recognize people and have different speakers. It'll be pretty awesome. So those are just some things I want to share with you to inspire you to understand, what you can do to help, to break rank and some of the steps that you can take to do it. So hopefully this was helpful, and I appreciate all of you guys getting on tonight. It's been fun. And anyway, I'll put out some value tomorrow. Love all you guys. Have a great evening.